I'm Hannah Henriksen, and I decided to do my project on Bandura's modeling theory. I chose to do a 3-step painting piece to show that how we learn behaviors by observing the actions of others. Because it is around the holidays, I decided to do my creative piece on Christmas, and as a child, many of us who celebrate Christmas watched our parents decorate their trees, whether it be with monumental ornaments from our first Christmas, their anniversary, or ornaments passed down from relatives. Since 2020 has been a whirlwind of events, I decided to call my dad just as curiosity and ask him what he used to do for past Christmases, and he said that they were the same as how mine were as a child, and that they even have like the same dinners since the 60s every Christmas. And we feel nostalgic having positive associations with experiences we have had over time, which we have passed down to future generations, and I wanted my creative project to show that. Each part of my painting has a date above it to show the time period of the 3 Christmas paintings that take place. The first being in 1960, which represents when a family was celebrating at home with their decorated aluminum tree. You can see that it's a grandma and her granddaughter. They have a nice aluminum tree. They have plenty of presents. It's just the two of them, and they have all these decorative ornaments on their tree. And then the next picture, which takes place 30 years later in 1990, the little girl has now grown up, and now she's an adult. She has a toddler of her own, and you can see right next to the tree that there's a picture, and it's of her late grandma, and everything's, completely different time period, but she still has the one thing which, brings her joy around the Christmas time, which is the same exact ornament passed down from her grandma to her. And then next we go on to 2020, which is this man and his expecting wife, and we can guess that the toddler is now the man grown up. They obviously don't have anyone over. It's 2020, so quarantine. They have Amazon packages arriving for their Christmas tree. You can see a picture up here of his mom, insinuating that either she is in a retirement home or she can't make it due to COVID. But one thing that does tie all these pictures together is the tiny little mid-century tree topper. And I learned that it can be the smallest observation made growing up, whatever it is, but it can bring us comfort, and we remember the importance of the single object early on in life. So this young girl saw the importance of this little ornament that her grandma had, and the one thing that she passed down to the next Christmas was this treetop ornament because it brought her joy, and the toddler had it his entire life. Therefore, when he grew up, he wanted to have it with his family as well. The theory I chose was Bandura's modeling theory, and the reason why I chose this for my project is because it deeply relates to what I witness on an everyday basis at my job. I work in trauma-informed care, and many of the children in my workplace have never seen healthy or positive relationships, which is why my coworkers and I make it a point to thank each other, work positively, and work as a very positive structure, because if we can show that to the children there, most times the individuals we care for observe how we act with one another, and they begin to relate it to each other and start building really positive friendships, which is really nice to see. And overall, the other key components of my theory is attention. Children or adults can't learn if they aren't focused on the task. Retention, which is people learn by internalizing the information. Reproduction, which is reproducing previously learned knowledge or behavior when it's required. And the last one is motivation. So overall, thank you. That's the end of my presentation.